Motherwell will get the match started. The last time they played Rangers, they won. So their manager, Harry Campman, has the very impressive record against the Ibrox side. They've played 1-1. Foul given against George Albert. Back in the starting lineup. Disappointed to be left out in Europe during the week. But signs from Dick Advocaat that nobody is guaranteed an automatic starting place. And that goes for Colin Hendry as well. He was sweating a little bit about whether he would start this match today. Craig Moore had done well in Europe during the week. But the presence of Hendry could mean an awful lot to Rangers, and that's the sort of welcome he's getting from the supporters. Wearing the unfamiliar number on his back of 35. And immediately showing his appetite for the ball. Porrini in field, left by Alberts. Now Ian Ferguson, seeing possibilities for him in the Advocaat era. Rod Wallace, dispossessed. Held up by Owen Coyle, despite the attentions of Amoruso. But Owen Coyle couldn't do much about that. Second top scorer with Motherwell last season, 15 goals. Very calm figure on the Motherwell bench. Harry Campman, the Finnish manager, who arrived last season. Jim Griffin, his assistant, is behind him. Ian Ferguson had to motor to win that. Hendry again. Brian McClure was closing him down, forcing him into the hurried clearance. Kanchelskis. Newsonen was the player tackling back, guilty of the foul. Alberts. Porini's made a run down the right-hand side. He's the target. Good play from Porrini, and Amato close at the far post, just a couple of feet too high. Superb reverse pass by Alberts, picking out Porrini. He did well to squeeze in the cross, and not too far away from the Argentinian. Dick Advocaat has arrived in the dugout area alongside Bert van Lingen. McClure's pass into the corner for Coyle. But Owen Coyle will do well to get past the imposing figure of Lorenzo Amoruso. Van Bronckhorst to Hendry. Nice control from Amato. Alberts, Van Bronckhorst. Newman looking for the ball over the top. Gets it, it's perfect. In for Rod Wallace! 1-0! What a lovely move down the left-hand side. And a perfect finish. 14 minutes gone. The Rangers fans are happy. It started with Colin Hendry, Amato's touch, then from Alberts to Van Bronckhorst. Great run from Newman, and an ice-cool finish from Wallace, his third goal for Rangers. Hendry won the header against Coyle. Free kick. Alberts grounded. Valakari was the man there with the push in the back. Well, in addition to the push in the back, George Alberts has taken a crack on the head as well, looking a bit like the wounded warrior at the moment. The ball at the feet of Amoruso. Now Hendry. bandaged Alberts, and a loose one from Amoruso. And well won back by Van Bronckhorst. Lovely flick for Alberts. The hammer having a crack from 40 yards, but it bounced a few times on its way through to Woods. Not one of his better efforts. Amoruso won the header, but he was climbing on the back of Owen Coyle. At least that's the verdict of George Simpson. And he was just preventing Coyle from jumping. Busy penalty area. The free kick aimed in by Brian McClare. And the effort was by Jimmy McGowan. And it wasn't too far away. And that's the first real flutter in front of Charbonnier. It was spinning in, curling, and not quite dipping quickly enough. Won back well by Van Bronckhorst from Matai. Amato making a run. The pass though played in behind him. Oh, that's superb play. Great skill along the byline. Turned out to play by Sean Teal, but lovely close control from Gabriel Amato. Close skills here for the Rangers supporters to admire. Bert van Lingen is the man making notes, assistant to Dick Advocaat. Van Bronckhorst for Amato. Couldn't get the pass away, the Argentinian. Again, though, good close control. Always under control, the ball. Opening play out to Amoruso. Good play this from Rangers, very fluid. It's Alberts, lining up the shot. Here he is again. Michels gets the ball away. And then the touchline from Matai. Missed completely by Duisburg. And now Amato. Still has it. McGowan with him. Kanchelskis. Good shot. Saved by Woods. Andrei Kanchelskis got his first Rangers goal on Tuesday night in Europe. And that was a good effort. And it produced a fine save from Woods. McGowan's through ball, that's Amoruso. Mix up there with Charbonnier. Well, you would imagine that there was a shout there from Lionel Charbonnier, and that was his ball. But Amoruso got in front of him, and it almost spelt a disastrous moment there for Rangers. Eventually collected by the goalkeeper. Wallace's touch. That was Brian McClare. Valakari. A telegraphed pass, which was read by Alberts, and gets it back from Wallace. That's for Newman. Good play from Arthur Newman. George Simpson thought about playing advantage. Newman was tripped on the way past, but it looked as if he might just be able to keep his feet. The foul by Michels, and eventually Newman hit the ground and looked up pleadingly for the free kick. Alberts over it. Hendry in the middle. Wallace, Newman, Parini, Amoruso. All possible targets. Lofted up, and a chance almost at the far post for Amoruso. First it was Amato, and then the skipper off target with the shot. This was a chance for number 2 for Rangers. Scramble in the goalmouth. McGowan couldn't get it away. Over the top from Amoruso. First time from Valakari. Won by Hendry. Good flick from Wallace. First time from Ferguson. Room for Van Bronckhorst on the left foot. And very casually left as the ball was in attendance. Hammered across by Van Bronckhorst. Good run this, well found. Early ball in, and that could have spelt danger. Torrini watched it all the way. Rod Wallace working so hard for Rangers. He's up front, he's also in midfield for them at times. And Alberts with the pass, which picks out Giovanni Van Bronckhorst. Newman in the middle. Blocked by McGowan. Alberts. Kanchelskis. Alongside him is Ian Ferguson. It's Rod Wallace. It's Kanchelskis. Great build-up from Rangers, patiently prodding at the edge of the area, waiting for the right opportunity to present itself. Ferguson, Wallace, set up for Kanchelskis, too high. Newsonen and Michels making runs up ahead, cleared by Newman. Owen Coyle battling for the ball against Amato. Amato reckoned that was a Rangers throw. It goes the other way. And that's half-time. A thoroughly slick and professional Rangers performance. And fitting that the player who's possibly worked hardest in this first half, Rod Wallace, has scored the only goal so far. It started at the back with new boy Colin Hendry. Great passing, great movement, great awareness from Rangers all the way through the team. Van Bronckhorst released Newman, and his cross nodded away where Stevie Woods couldn't get to it. Rod Wallace's third goal for his new team, perfectly put away, and the closest thing otherwise coming from Andrei Kanchelskis. Again, very patient build up at the edge of the area, a good shot away from Woods, and the keeper did well. But almost total control for Rangers, very much dominant. And half-time at Ibrox, Rangers 1, Motherwell 0. At the start of the second half, Motherwell make a switch, and 20-year-old Lee McCulloch is on in place of Simo Valakari. Rangers restart. Far from the finished article, as you would expect, having spent nearly £30 million in the summer on new players. But lots of promising signs. Alberts for Kanchelskis. Out comes Stevie Woods. And an immediate threat inside the first 10 seconds of the second half from Rangers, with George Alberts, who was vastly influential in the first half, trying to pick out the run of Kanchelskis. The ball wouldn't quite come down for him. The first sign of Dick Advocat advancing from the dugout area. Michels. Van Bronckhorst very quickly in, and again. Determined play from the Dutchman. Now Newman. Lofted forward quickly for Amato. Sean Teal, I think, was a touch fortunate there. The ball came back off the shoulder of Amato. Ferguson to Van Bronckhorst. 1-2 with Wallace. And a disappointing ball at the end of it. Matai away from Alberts. Good ball too. Onside is Owen Coyle. This could be interesting. Amoruso getting back, but he can't stop Coyle. It's 1-1. 6 minutes of the second half gone. The Motherwell fans can barely believe it. You can count the Motherwell attacks today so far in the fingers of one hand. Matai did so well to win possession. The through ball picked out Coyle onside. And there's a top-class finish from Owen Coyle. World Cup keeper Lionel Charbonnier left with no chance here, as Owen Coyle slid the shot across him. Quiet contentment for Harry Kampman, his team back on level terms. Amato. In for Ian Ferguson. Rod Wallace! That's the side netting. A lot of people around Ibrox jumped to their feet as they saw the net rustling, but the offside flag was up in any case. Ian Ferguson, who might well have had a crack at goal himself, picking out Wallace, and he was offside. Hendry's header. Amato jumping against Teal. Won by the Motherwell man. Owen Coyle offside. Plays very tightly to the line, does Coyle, and on the end of that ball from Teal, got offside. Ian Ferguson made a run, hopeful of getting the ball from Perini. Now it's Kanchelskis. Darting run from him. Good ball in. Alberts was waiting for it. Came off the top of Amato's head. Otherwise, that might well have been a chance for George Alberts. But Rangers have it back. Kanchelskis again. He's going to torment Premier defences this season. Left by Alberts. Van Bronckhorst onto the left foot. Couldn't quite pull round the shot enough. It was struck well. Very strong on his left side. Giovanni Van Bronckhorst. Clever dummy that by Alberts. And a quick change of direction from the Dutchman. And the shot a few yards wide. Owen Coyle's back heel not quite coming off. Left by Alberts. Very cool play in a tense situation between Charbonnier and Alberts. And here comes George Alberts again. Flowing play from Rangers. Rod Wallace. Not on target this time, Wallace. What a quick attack that was. From a dodgy situation at the back, Rangers suddenly converted it into a scoring opportunity at the other end. McCulloch does well, rolls it for Nisanen. His shot, a good one. Hit that very well. Harry Kampman encouraged by that. Lee McCulloch was the set-up man with some strong play. And it just rose a bit much, the shot, for Nisanen. That's handball against Brian McClare. The free kick after McClare's handball, directly in front of goal, but 35 yards out, but that might not deter George Alberts. There's the view from behind the German. Here he comes. Great shot from Alberts, but good goalkeeping as well from Stevie Woods. Very confidently and firmly behind it, and good handling as well, because it's not just stopping the shot, it's holding it. Hendry's pass. Nisanen got his head to it, but it drops for Kanchelskis. Great effort. And saved by Stevie Woods at the near post. I don't think the shot was quite going in, but Stevie Woods certainly had to save it. And from Alberts, Colin Hendry was there. And Jimmy McGowan got that away, despite the presence of Gabriel Amato. A corner kick on the other side. So Torini, Hendry and Amoruso all up. All the way through to Owen Coyle. Newsonen. Dangerous ball in. Rod Wallace got there. Amoruso. Johansson beaten by Thiel. Mate. Chased by Lee McCulloch. And all the way through to Charbonnier. Newman for Amato. Body checked out by Duisburg. Quickly taken free kick, lovely touch from Wallace. Van Bronckhorst. Tackled by Duisburg just as he struck the shot. Both players are still grounded. That was a very important challenge from the defender. Mate in possession. And chested down by Torini. Van Bronckhorst is now just about back on his feet. Duisburg is still in need of some attention. But you can see from this how important and well timed the challenge was from Duisburg. He got his toe to the ball and was then struck by the foot of Van Bronckhorst, who was in the act of shooting at the time. Back from Torini to Hendry. Van Bronckhorst away from McClear. Kanchelskis. Sterling did well. Good challenge to deny Van Bronckhorst. Here he comes again. Amato nudging McGowan. Gabriel Amato couldn't find the shot though. That might have troubled Stevie Woods. He'd be fortunate to escape with that nudge on McGowan, and the shot took a deflection for the corner kick. Some words from Harry Cartman. Alberts. Newman. Here's Graham. His effort charged down. Wallace to Torini. Did well to get that in. Hooked away by Mate. Van Bronckhorst. Graham again. They're queuing up inside that Motherwell penalty area. And desperate measures to work it clear. Rangers turning up the heat with 5 minutes left. In from Alberts, well, that will evade everybody. There's a fair bit of jostling going on in the area, and nobody could put their head on the cross. The captain pushing forward. Back with Van Bronckhorst. Good save by Stevie Woods to deny Van Bronckhorst. Quick reflexes, and Bronckhorst did so well. The swerving shot was heading under the crossbar until Woods got there to tip it over the top. George Alberts with the corner kick. Now Newman. Missed by Hendry. In behind him though, Kanchelskis. Heading for the byline. Sean Thiel in the way. And behind for the corner kick, Rob Matai taking no chances, as Motherwell desperately trying to cling on to a draw here. The in-swinger from Alberts. Amoruso was a threat in the box. Away from McCulloch. .90 seconds of the regulation 90 minutes are left. Van Bronckhorst linking with David Graham. Back with Newman. Hendry. Alberts. Well struck, Sean Teal felt that. Hendry again, heading for the byline. And fouled. Just at the edge of the area. And some angry words being had with the Scotland skipper. Look, Matai made the challenge here, and he maintains that Colin Hendry was at it. What can Rangers make of this? Albertson, Colin Hendry! Touched away by Woods. What a start that might have been to Colin Hendry's Rangers days. Almost a boy's own story, but Woods denied him and then knocked the ball away from Johansson. Alberts again. Claims for a penalty kick, and it's given. Handball. Rangers have a penalty right on the 90th minute. George Simpson not interested in any protests. And there was the arm up. It was Nisanen who, for some reason, raised his right hand and punched the ball away. And Motherwell kind of no complaints. Yellow card as well, just to maximise the agony. An argument there between Matai and Woods. And things right at the end have gone horribly wrong. A furious exchange there between Matai and the linesman on this side, Peter Crilly. A penalty kick. And responsibility resting with George Alberts. It's 2-1. George Alberts wins the points for Rangers. What a dramatic ending to this match. Ice cool on the penalty, Alberts. Never a chance here for Woods. He headed off in the wrong direction. Tucked away by Alberts, his third goal of the season. McCulloch. Away from Lorenzo Amoruso. Wallace's flick. Now George Alberts again. Johansson making a run on the right-hand side. Kanchelskis is there too. Delaying tactics from Kanchelskis, and you can understand that at this stage of the game. And indeed all the way back from Sergio Parini to Lionel Charbonnier. It looked as if Rangers might have to settle for a draw, despite the amount of the match that they'd had. But it's all turned their way right at the end, in from Johansson. And a chance for David Graham. What a moment that might have been for the teenager. A well-timed run, well seen by Johansson as well. The curling cross, and Graham almost there. That's full time, and Rangers take the points, 2-1. A match they dominated in the first half. Owen Coyle equalised early in the second half against the run of play. Rangers' play then became very untidy, and they were rescued right at the end by a handball which allowed George Alberts to beat Stevie Woods from the penalty spot. So Rangers' first 3 Premier points of the season. Final score at Ibrox: Rangers 2, Motherwell 1.